Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Todd Brauch with Senior Insurance Marketing. And today we're going to talk about final expense. Final expense is a huge opportunity if you're selling a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage, cost plan, or an MSA. It's a great opportunity to sell another product, which final expense. A lot of folks sometimes don't want to plan a funeral because who wants to plan their own funeral? And here is an opportunity for you to help the client just have funds available to pay for the funeral when that time comes on their passing. So it doesn't leave a burden to their loved ones of how they're going to pay for the funeral. I've heard so many times of um, um, loved ones where the individual has passed away and then they had to take money out of their savings account or their 401k or their pension to help pay for the funeral. So this is a way for you to help the client um, have funds available for their loved ones upon their passing. So it's just kind of a peace of mind that they can give their loved ones that they do have some funds set aside for their funeral. Again, sometimes people don't like to pay for plan their funeral, but here is an opportunity at least to give their loved ones a peace of mind when they pass away. So what I'm going to do here is kind of just kind of give you an overview of kind of final expense and also kind of show you some different companies and also our quoting tool. Always go to our website at www.simkt.com and go to our website. And there on the top right hand corner, it's called a little button there. It's a free quote. So click on the free quote. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to register to go on the website and sign up for our free quoting tool, where you can have tons of companies that you can see, what their prices are, and for Medicare supplements, final expense, Medicare Advantage, and also dental and hospital indemnity as well too. So I encourage you today to go to www.simkt.com and sign up for the free quoting tool that's on our website. It's free to use, so you might as well use it and help you to help your clients out to find the right product that fits their needs and fits their budget as well too. Okay, so you should see my screen here for final expense. And also, if you do have any questions anytime, feel free to put it into the chat box there, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have as well. So what we're going to do is final expense, kind of just an overview of final expense. I've been in the life and annuity and long-term care, as well as kind of dabbled into the group market and um, property and casualty a little bit, but mainly my main focus has been on life and annuities and long-term care for the past 30 some years. So final expense, basically it's a whole life insurance product, but a lot of people just call it final expense. But basically the chassis that runs the final expense is a whole life product. Builds up a little bit of cash value. Some products you can borrow from the cash value, but I encourage you not to borrow from the cash value, just because when you borrow from the cash value, that reduces your death benefit. So, like I said earlier, it's money, it's a death benefit upon your passing that helps give that peace of mind, that knowing that you've left something, some money to your loved ones to help pay for your funeral. So if you take a loan from the policy, the amount that you take out of the policy is reduced by reduces the death benefit. So basically, you're going to be leaving less to your loved ones to help pay for your funeral. And it could be used for all purposes. It could be used as a gift. So if you have money already set aside for a funeral, that's great. And but still, a final expense, you can leave money to the grandkids or to your children, or even to a favorite charity that you have in mind, whether it be a church or whether it be the caring for the animals. There's a whole lot of uh, ways that you can leave a legacy upon your passing. Also, if you already have your final expense taken care of, but also if maybe you've left some medical bills or credit card debt, or maybe a loan balance on your house or your boat, or your car. Final expense will help pay for some of those debts that have left behind, or just even ongoing household expenses. So basically, you have a house and still upon your passing, there's the monthly expenses that are the water, the gas, the electricity, to help pay for those. And also, like we said earlier, help pay for your funeral. There I can't stress it enough. It's a peace of mind knowing that you've left some money behind to help your loved ones pay for your funeral. Again, it gives the loved ones a peace of mind as well. So final expense coverage, death benefit usually ranges from $1,000 to all the way up to $40,000. Most funerals, it depends upon where you live, but most funerals, for a casket funeral, it's around $12 to $14,000, and it can go much higher. Depends upon if you have a bronze casket, or if you have a more of elaborate funeral and everything like that. Cremation runs around between $3 to $5 to $6,000, but then again, it goes upon type of urn you have. It could be more of an expensive urn, and type of services you have as well too. Might drive up that cost of the funeral as well. So basically, $1,000 to $40,000 is normally the death benefit range on a final expense policy. There are different types of final expense underwriting options, I call it. Basically, one is a simplified issue. Simplified issue is basically you're fairly healthy, have a few health issues, and there are some companies that will just basically, depends upon how you answer the health questions on the application, determines the death benefit, whether it be a level, modified, or a graded death benefit. And then there's the modified issue type underwriting, where a little bit not quite as healthy as a simplified issue case, but basically, there's a little bit more health questions that you need to answer. And again, it depends upon the death benefit, either a level, graded, or a modified death benefit. And also, there's guaranteed issue. So basically, guaranteed issue is there's no health questions. Basically, there's a few companies that do have a couple health questions, but most of the what I call the true guaranteed issue policies, there's no health questions. Basically, they just need to know your demographics, your name, age, social security number, phone number, address, the amount of death benefit that you're wanting to apply for, and then the premium, and then of course the beneficiaries. And that's pretty much about it. It's a pretty much usually a one-page application form, and basically they are just taking the individual without knowing their health history on that. So, and as you can imagine, we talked about simplified issue, modified, and graded. So simplified issue, the premiums are much cheaper than a modified, and then a modified issue, the premiums are much cheaper than a guaranteed issue. So kind of keep that in mind as well. But we do have products that pretty much fit all of your clients' needs, and also their health situations as well too. So with that said, as I mentioned earlier about the underwriting, depends upon what their health is, depends upon what death benefit option that they usually get. So usually a level death benefit is, and I'm just going to use an example right now, that we have just say we have a $15,000 death benefit, because that's kind of around what a casket type funeral is. This is around about $15,000. Again, could be more in some states, could be less in some states, but I'm just going to use $15,000. So if it's a level death benefit, that means that if they die on day 2 or just right after the policy is issued, then their loved ones, they're going to get $15,000. Even if it's a graded death benefit, more of the guaranteed issue, remember no health questions asked, then that's usually if they've passed away in the first 2 years, they get the loved ones get all the premiums back, and usually a percentage of the premiums that they get back, kind of an interest on the premium. So basically, it's usually 104% or 110% of the premiums are paid back to the loved ones on the first 2 years if they pass away in the first 2 years. Now, if they pass away in the third year, then it's a level death benefit. Then they get that $15,000 that's paid to their loved ones. And and again, there's some companies that are graded out all 3 years, and then the level death benefit is paid out in the fourth year. So keep in mind too, you're probably thinking, okay, so this $15,000 is paid to their loved ones. That's probably taxable. Um, it is usually not taxable, and also usually avoids probate. So basically, whoever you have listed on your application for to receive the funds for that death benefit will get that $15,000 right away. So basically, you usually have to when you file a claim, you have to have most companies have to require a copy of the death certificate, and then also they'll have you fill out a form, and then of how you wanted the death benefit paid out to a lump sum, or you want it in installments. But that's an option that's on that death claim form that you fill out as well. So but keep in mind, it's a tax-free death benefit to the loved ones. So they get that money. And usually most companies are fairly quick at turning that around because they know that money is going to be put to use, either paying for a funeral or paying for, personal expenses that the loved one has left behind upon their passing. So basically what we're going to do here is I'm going to switch gears here, and I'm going to bear with me here, and I'm going to, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share another screen here. So this is our quoting tool here. It's on our website, simkt.com. Go at the top right-hand corner, and if you haven't already, please register. It's free, and you get a whole array of companies that you can see what the prices are based upon the age of the individual and the demographics and that. So what I've done here is I just took a zip code of 80013, which is in Colorado area, and a 65-year-old female non-tobacco $10,000 death benefit. So I'm going to change that to a all death benefit here, or level death benefit, excuse me. And then I'm going to hit get a quote. So it's going to run here, and then just click on get a quote. And basically, final expense is not really zip codes sensitive. It's more state sensitive. So basically, if you can grab a zip code in a state that you want to run a quote, that's all you have to do is just grab a zip code there. So basically, we have a 65-year-old female, non-tobacco, a $10,000 death benefit, a level death benefit, and also on this quoting tool, we just put full underwriting. However, depends upon some companies, it is usually simplified or modified sometimes in these cases. I, as always, click on apply fees all the time. Click on apply fees. And so basically, if you click on apply fees, then that will get you, what the premium is actually going to be. So, so right here, Christian Fidelity is the cheapest one right here now. Now, they have a very simplified application, a few health underwriting questions on that company, and I'm going to go through a little bit more of the details of some of these companies as well too. We have Sons of Norway, also Transamerica, and UCT, and Mutual of Omaha, a great company. They have a level and a graded death benefit, and their product name is Living Promise. So you can kind of see here by the plan name, and also what the annual policy fee is, and the AM Best rating of the company. A lot of clients sometimes one just to purchase a product from a, a company that has a like an A or A rated AM Best rating on that. And then also we have Greek Catholic Union, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about. But basically, if you have someone with COP and diabetes with no complications, there's no telephone interview. It's a pretty much an instant decision, like most of these final expense companies are. But basically, with GCU, again, no complications of COPD or diabetes, it can get you a level death benefit. And remember what I said about a level death benefit? That $15,000, if they pass away after the policy is issued, day one, day two, and on, then their loved ones get a $15,000 death benefit right away. Bankers Fidelity and Sentinel Security. Now, I want to point out here too, so like Greek Catholic Union or GCU, what it's called, add the acronym for it. Now, if you can scroll down here, we also have Ascendo and Royal Arcanum. But if you scroll down here, you'll see that Greek Catholic Union is listed twice. And there's some other companies, as I scrolled here, are listed twice as well too. So basically, with Greek Catholic Union, the premium is higher, $61.82. That's their standard death benefit, and which again, it's for individuals that are not as healthy as the preferred or the level death benefit. And if you go back up here to Greek Catholic Union 4125, that's the preferred death benefit or the standard death benefit, standard level death benefit as well too. So also you can check here like Mutual of Omaha. You know, some people say, well, you know, I want a company that's been around for a long time and everything like that. Well, here's a way that, so Mutual of Omaha or United of Omaha in this case, has been in the market for 13 years, but also with this product, but also Mutual of Omaha has been around for a long time. I don't know if you remember as a kid, the Wild Kingdom. I remember that on Saturdays at 1 o'clock, where they would film footage from Africa and in different other countries, seeing the animals and everything like that. So a lot of people remember the Wild Kingdom. So I'm going to go here. So if you have a client that is, not, can't pass the simplified underwriting or the modified underwriting, then they're a true guaranteed issue. So basically no health questions need to be asked, basically. So then what you need to do is go to graded up here and then guaranteed, go to modified. Is how they have it listed, modified, and then guaranteed is the underwriting type. So, and again, always click on here, apply fees. Then you get the true premium, because if you notice here, look at Sons of Norway or Gerber. Gerber is a better example. 62.61. If you didn't apply the fees, it'd be 61.69. Which, if you did that, you'd be quoting the client incorrectly, and you need to apply the fees at 62.61. So we have Gerber, which is a true guaranteed issue. Really, no health questions asked on that one. Also, AIG is another one. And as you notice, the premiums are much higher with for the guaranteed issue, no health questions asked on that one. So that's the GCU. And so what I'm going to do here now is unshare this here real quick here, and then I'm going to show you another screen here with you here. Okay, so and if you have any questions anytime, please put it in the Q&A box, and I'll be happy to answer it for you. So just kind of by random, American Amicable. American Amicable is a great company. They've got a wide range of life products, but we're going to focus on the senior choice. Again, remember a final expense, when somebody says, yeah, I want a final expense product, well, it's actually a whole life product. So I just don't want you to get the two terms confused. They're kind of one and the same in my books. So it's a whole life product. Issue ages 50 to 85, and the minimum face is $2,500. And then they have um, the immediate, which is 50 to 75, and then they have another immediate for ages 76 to 85. And then the graded or the returner premium for 50 to 85 at $20,000. So you'll find most companies, if it's a simplified issue, the death benefit that they can apply for is higher than a modified or a guaranteed issue. There's a $30 policy fee. Okay, there we go. It's simplified issue, no exams. However, there is a telephone interview and also height and weight chart. And also they do a MIB check and also a script check as well too. So, so there's a little bit more to the American Amicable, but it's a great company. Also, they have, if you have any children or grandchildren, they've got riders that you can add on to that. And then also they've got the terminal illness and the confinement waiver as well too. So a great company, and that's American Amicable. Then we're going to Pekin, and let me scroll through here. And by the way, I will email all these product guides out to you as well too. So let me get to. So they do have, this is the preferred whole life, which this one here is a little bit more underwriting to it, but also the more options that the client can get. As well as you can see, this one goes up to 100,000 and also 500,000. But again, more underwriting is involved in that one as well. They also have a juvenile whole life product. So if you have a grandparents that want to purchase policy for their grandkids, they have a juvenile whole life as well too that goes up to age 17. Here is a simplified issue. So we're kind of getting more into the final expense, as you notice here by the minimum face amount of $2,000 and the maximum face amount of $24.99 basically. The issue ages for these. With Pekin, they have unique where you can do a single pay, 10 pay, 15 pay, or lifetime pay, which is a continuous pay. Most final expense policies are a continuous pay premium. And they're, long as they pay the premium, they have a guaranteed death benefit. And again, I go back to my example of that $15,000. If the premium is $50 a month, just say for $15,000, and they continue paying that $50 a month, and upon their passing, then they're going to be, then their loved ones will get the $15,000 as well too. So Pekin, basically no medical exams, no blood or draw, and pretty much kind of straightforward on their products as well too. And here's the rate charts if you want to calculate the rate. Now they also have a graded whole life. Again, notice the minimum death benefit is $2,000. The maximum has been reduced now to $15,000. Again, still some great options to pay for the funeral or pay for this product, and also, the premiums are guaranteed, never will increase, and basically, again, if it's the death benefit, if it's in the first 2 years they pass away, then they just get the refund of the premiums back on the policy in that. So now on this one here, remember I said earlier, some companies are different. This one here is if they pass away in the second year, if it's then they will get half of the face amount on that one. And then in the third year, then get the full death benefit on that policy. So Mutual of Omaha, basically with this company here, great company. And this one here on the applications, there's 2 sections. So, and it's pretty intuitive as well too. So basically on the first section, it'll tell you, if they answer no to, or yes to any one of these questions in the first section, then don't apply for it. But if they answer no to all the health questions in the first section, then you can go on to the second section, and then they will tell you at the top there of that second section on the application that if you answer yes to one of these health questions, you would get graded a death benefit. And if you answer no to all of them, it would be a level death benefit. There's still some underwriting on that. They do some script checks, and also sometimes they do random polls and have a telephone interview with the client, and also get a doctor's report as well too. So, but basically, the level death benefit is 45 to 85, and death benefit is 2,000 2,000 to 40,000 on that one. And then, as you notice here, the graded death benefit goes to only $2,000 for the max death benefit on that one. So, but it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and pretty issued usually within 2 or 3 days, if not sooner, on the Mutual of Omaha Living Promise. A great company, and Great Western. Great Western is a great company. They have the level death benefit, and they have the graded death benefit. So basically, remember I said about the graded death benefit or guaranteed issue? They call it the guaranteed assurance, which is a graded death benefit. Basically, there's no health questions on that application. You use the same application, though, for the Assurance Plus, which there are, I believe there's like 5 health questions on there. And if you answer no to all those health questions, then you would get the level death benefit on that one. So again, you notice we have $2,500 to $40,000, and then the graded is $1,000 to $40,000. But also the issue ages are different here as well too. So 50 to 80 and 40 to 80 as well. So again, on the guaranteed assurance, the first 2 years, if it's not an accident, the first 2 years, they get 110% of the premiums back. Now, if they passed away in the first 2 years, and this kind of applies with most other companies as well too, if they in the first 2 years they pass away and it was an accident, then a full death benefit would be paid out to their loved ones then. So going to Foresters here, and Foresters, a great company, and going here. There we go. So they've got either the standard or the preferred, and they have which is their product name is Plan Right, and they've got the preferred goes up to 35,000, and the standard that goes up to 20,000, and then they've got the basic that at 15,000. So it's kind of like your level and a standard death benefit, and then the basic, which is more the graded death benefit that they have on that product. It's a great company, and depends upon the health questions. Each company has their own health questions, and I've had agents use this company as well too, for different health situations as well. So again, I can't stress enough, feel free to give us a call here at Senior Insurance Marketing. We'd be happy to help you out with a client that you're working with. If you can just let us know, what medication that they're currently on, what their health situation is, and then we can help find the right company and product for you to help your client get that product and have a product that, so when they pass away, that they would have it for their loved ones. Now, GCU, it's just a new company, or a new product, a final expense product that just come out with some new features, and it's not approved in all states yet, but they're working to get it approved in all states as well too. So give us a call here at Senior Insurance Marketing. We'll be happy to let you know it's available in your state. So they have a preferred and a standard and a modified. So the preferred and the standard are level death benefits, and the modified is the graded death benefit. So basically, in the first 3 years, they get, if they pass away in the first 3 years, then their loved ones get 100%, 110% of the premiums back. Now, if they pass away in the fourth year, then they get a level death benefit then. So again, based upon the maximum face amount, it's 35,000, 25,000, or 15,000 on that. And then also they do distinct by smoking and non-smoking. And also one other thing about this one here is they have a irrevocable funeral trust. So if you're doing some spin down business, this is the product to use. It's a continuous pay product, and basically the owner of the policy is the irrevocable trust. So it's protected from, shielded from Medicare or Medicaid, basically, and so not cannot be counted as an asset because it's has that irrevocable funeral trust to it. And also, this is a company too, if they have a COPD and also diabetes with no complication, they can get the level death benefit here. So, which is huge. And also, most companies, would be probably, a graded death benefit. So that's huge of having it as a level death benefit. And the premiums are very competitive, as we've shown on the CSG quoting tool. Gerber, everyone knows Gerber. They've seen this smiling smiling face of a baby on baby food jars and other baby items as well too. But they do have a graded death benefit. Also, they do have a product for the juveniles as well too. So, but where we're going to go is let me just go here. So this is their brochure, and basically their policy goes up to $25,000 on their product. So, and it's a guaranteed issue. You can't be turned down, like it says. Issue ages 50 to 80 years old, and basically on that policy, the first 2 years, the death benefit is graded. And so you get 110% of the premiums back. And then after the second year, so beginning of the third year, if they pass away, then they get the full death benefit back as well. Going to Christian Fidelity, they have a simplified issue whole life product, a little bit more underwriting and on that one there, but also, it helps pay for the funeral and that. And a lot of companies too. So if you're, have a client that you're working with and don't really know what, how much their funeral would cost and everything like that, they have a worksheet. And this is a perfect example. Christian Fidelity has a worksheet here that you can, sometimes having that visually for the clients to see how much, casket would be, the travel costs of the loved ones, burial preparation, and everything like that. Having it on a piece of paper is, very important. Matter of fact, I had, personal experience of a relative passing away. And, sometimes, just calling the funeral home and asking, what, a casket would cost and how much the transportation would be, or, what the funeral home services or the vault or the hearse rental and the burial preparation. Like I said, I had an experience, planning a funeral for a loved one, and having it on a Saturday. The burial preparation was, I believe, $100 or $200 higher than having it Monday through Friday. So again, that's kind of something to take into consideration when you're working with expenses on the funeral. So. The next, here's American Amicable. We kind of talked about that one a little bit here. They've got immediate death benefit. They've got a graded, and then they got a return to premium death benefit for the first 3 years on that policy. So a great company. Also, they've got some great other term made simple as well too, which is kind of somewhat of a simplified issue, kind of not guaranteed issue. Term product as well too. So Bankers Fidelity, another great company, and they've got their issue ages 40 to 85, and they got preferred and a standard face amounts, and also they got a graded death benefit as well too. So you're going to see that with most companies. If you got a preferred or standard or level death benefit, and then they've got the graded death benefit as well too, which usually with a graded death benefit, there's little to no health questions on their policies as well. So and then the last one we're going to switch to is American or Ascendo, basically, which is basically an Aetna company. And Ascendo is, again, kind of has a great brochure. They just come out with this new version of the final expense a few months ago. And kind of another way of explaining, you know, your debt, and also to kind of keep in mind, remember we talked just a few slides ago here is, of how much a funeral costs. And I said, burial preparation is higher on a Saturday than it is Monday through Friday. But also keep in mind too, hopefully, an individual is going to live for another, 20, 30 years. So keep in mind the prices are going to be higher. So what the cost of a funeral today is, just say $10,000, might say down the road, at the time of their passing, that same funeral is probably going to cost maybe $15,000. So basically, plan ahead and maybe have that death benefit as a $15,000 death benefit or a $20,000 death benefit, just so at the time that individual passes away, that is the right amount of funds, and hopefully even some left over, that that would pay for the funeral and also give some money back to the loved ones as well too. So and again, they have a leveled death benefit and a modified death benefit on their coverage as well too. So again, some different health questions each company has, and that is each company has their own niches. And again, give us a call here at Senior Insurance Marketing. We'll be happy to help you out with any questions you have. And give us a call. Our number is 877-800-3080, and we'll be happy to help you with a client that you're working with. If you can just let us know, the health history of the individual and any medication that they're currently on, we'll be glad to help you out and find the right company and their product to help your client as well too. And I just want to also add this, a lot of calls that I get is like, oh, I need a guaranteed issue, no questions asked, final expense policy. Well, then I ask, usually, well, what's the health condition of the client? And, going over the health condition of the client, I'm able to suggest, well, maybe we can, you can do a, modified issue or sometimes a full underwriting, because the client is really healthy. With that said, you're able to give the client more death benefit for the money than you are with a guaranteed issue. Because remember, a guaranteed issue, much higher premium for that $15,000, or go back to our example, than it is if you have that same $50 per month for $15,000 for a guaranteed issue, just say. But if you get it to a simplified or a full underwritten, you might be able to give them, $40,000 or $50,000. It all depends upon the age of the individual and everything like that. So give us a call here at Senior Insurance Marketing. We're here to help you out. Also, would love to have you follow us on our social media and look at some of our articles. And also on our website, we have a blog as well too. So give us a call, 877-800-3080, and we'll be happy to help you out. And I hope this information has been helpful for you. It's just a quick overview. But if you have more questions, give us a call. We're here to help you grow your business. Take care, everyone, and have a great day.